I'm here at the launch of the Skoda Fabia today. I've been invited by Skoda Media, and the first car I've chosen to go out in is the Skoda KODIAQ SPORTLINE. A beautiful car. I saw it as I was coming in. I've not driven one before, and I thought I'd get one of these while I could. It's a 2-litre TDI 190 brake horsepower engine with a DSG gearbox. Combined fuel economy 49.5, so that sounds pretty good. A lovely car to look at, very nice inside. It's got this Alcantara upholstery that I really like in cars these days. I prefer it to leather. I think it's more comfortable, and Skoda
is being calculated.
Have already put a route in for me, so we'll see how I can go. The camera setup was very quick, so I'm not too hopeful of what it's like, but I mean, first impressions of this car already,
please drive to the route shown.
It's finished beautifully inside, a kind of carbon fibre effect there, piano black, great surroundings for this launch as well. The dashboard's nice and clear. We've got on the left hand side rev counter and temperature gauge, your information display in the center, on the right your speedo and fuel gauge. Lovely big sat nav display there. Skoda were very kind and lent me a Skoda Octavia VRS a few weeks ago, and I used their Connect system, and again that was really good. I wish I'd have actually brought my lead. I might stop at the car park just to pick it up. But it's lovely inside. Even the leather here kind of matches the carbon fibre effect dash and insets on the door card. Being very careful not to break the speed limit in the grounds here.
Please follow the road for 1 mile.
I want to be invited back. don't want to upset anybody. So we've got paddle shift on the steering wheel, and it's kind of sculptured just to, well, those two fingers on where I put my hands on the steering wheel. Those two fingers just fit nicely on the paddles without moving my hands at all. Multifunction steering wheel. I'm assuming it's height and reach adjustable.
Please turn right after 400 yards.
The seats are very comfortable. I really like those. As I say, Alcantara is my favourite upholstery these days. It's warmer in the winter than leather, and cooler in the summer.
Now turn right and then keep left.
So this must have kind of a four-wheel drive, an off-road sat nav as well, because
now keep left onto Waddesdon Manor Estate.
My sat nav switched off as soon as I got here this morning. Brought me to the gate, but then that was it.
Please follow the road for half a mile.
Just sat through a very interesting presentation showing the new
Please turn
products
left after 400 yards onto the A41
that are coming out next year. Certainly some fantastic vehicles, very good looking cars, hybrid as well. Everything's looks like it's on the up. I think the Skoda are stealing market share from other manufacturers, and to be fair, I'm not surprised with these vehicles.
Now turn left.
It's I remember, I think I sold my first Skoda, I think it was gosh, what was it, something Rapide, in the early 80s, and they were like a little tank, very, very well made.
41 for 2 miles.
And occasionally, I'm pretty sure I still see the vehicle knocking round, so they were built like tanks. It's showing me the sat-nav display in the centre, in the information display in between the two dials there, so I don't really have to take my eyes off the road in front of me. Just glance down for a second. Front central armrest. We've got one of these in the car, which I assume is some type of Wi-Fi transponder and transmitter, receiver, whatever it could be. So 7-speed gearbox. Yeah, we can knock the gear selector over to the left and change up and down. And if I knock it back, we're in drive. If I knock it back again, that puts it in sport. But drive's pretty good for me. Not familiar with the place around here, so just be watching my speed. Feels like there's bags of room in the car, and I'm assuming it's I'm not sure whether it's Q3 or Q5 size, but it's definitely a contender. Anybody in the market for a 4-wheel drive? Something in one of my camera bags is just switched off, but it shouldn't have been on in the first place. I far prefer this driving position now than a saloon or a sports car. You can see way ahead of you, over the car in front, over the...
After 500 yards, leave the roundabout at the first exit and continue to follow the A41 towards Bicester.
Over the hedges on country lanes.
Please take the first exit.
The suspension's excellent, so is the steering.
Please follow the A41 for 2 miles.
Got heated seats there, climate control. A USB in there, a power socket. I do know some of the Skodas also have, or you can get wireless charging for your phone, which would have actually come in handy today, because there's plenty of things to photograph and tweet about. My battery's taking a hammering. So that's cruise. Cruise is on the end or incorporated in your indicator. On the left hand side, your wipers are on the right. I can just about see them over the 1/4 to 3 spokes on the steering wheel. Skoda sat-nav showing the speed limit there in the corner as well, which I always find very, very handy. So it's road sign recognition, especially when you see little yellow speed cameras like that. You always have to think, or I do. Plenty of power in the engine. That's does say 70 there. We'll just take it up a little bit. So 70, 2000 revs, engine hardly working.
Turn right after 500 yards.
So we're turning right here.
Now turn right.
And things have come on. I've been going on new car launches for the last...
You have reached your stopover. Please follow the road for 1 mile.
40 odd years, and of course you always go, you're usually in an unfamiliar place, and there's a little map, a photocopy of a map on the passenger seat, and you used to have to try and read and drive, and now of course with sat navs you can plan a round trip, which Skoda have already done and programmed into the sat nav. It's a whole lot easier. I like to see panoramic roofing cars these days. I think it finishes the car off, and for the amount it costs, I think it's a great addition. Certainly helps sell the cars when they're second hand. And
please turn right after
gives you some enjoyment.
50 yards onto main road. Now turn right. Please follow the road for 1 mile.
It's certainly a nice part of the country. Got so many cars to do today, or I try and do. I'm probably going to have to cut this test drive just short, but that should be enough to give you an idea. Very, very nice car. I don't think anybody who buys one of these will be disappointed with the ride, and certainly the comfort level and trim finish.